actually cook since the skin is so thin. Yeah, it's amazing.
And do you eat it just like a potato, or?
You can. It's really sweet. So some people actually put brown sugar on it, but you can do it without it because it's sweet enough. Same thing with this is an amber cup. It's going to be really meaty, so you get a lot out of it, and it's moister than an egg, corn, or butternut. So you can just chop that up into good size. You can boil it, you can steam it, you can roast, you can really do anything with squash. You can't really go wrong. You can mash it, you can have it in chunks. This one you can probably make a pie out of. We were talking the other day, it's like a pie pumpkin. This is a spaghetti squash. It's the most unique out of all of them. It comes out like spaghetti, so it's going to be crunchy, and in strands. It doesn't really have a squashy flavor to it. You can even eat it with sauce on it, like spaghetti sauce, and it comes out. It's a nice low-carb alternative, actually.
But I guess this is sort of one of the benefits of coming to the market. You see these sort of not really exotic because they were grown right in Schoharie Valley, but exotic in terms of being a variety that you may not be familiar with. And then you get to talk to the farmer about what the heck do I do with this thing? And what actually you may not expect. Okay, this one tastes like sweet potatoes, even though they're in the same family. This is like pasta. And then you have a nice pie alternative here as opposed to pumpkin pie. So you're here selling New York's signature product, the apple, and I see you've got many varieties. And kind of the interesting thing is you have a little explanation next to each variety of apple, telling what its benefits are.
Yes, every apple is unique. They're a little bit different flavor or taste than the next one, so it helps people to know what they're getting.
What are one of the benefits for you being a vendor here at the market?
If it wasn't for farmers markets and direct outlets, we probably wouldn't be farming at all. The wholesale market, there's not much of a margin, and this really is what keeps us alive and keeps us farming.
So do you frequent any other markets rather than the Schenectady Greenmarket?
Yes, we also do the Uncle Sam Atrium at Troy and the summer market outside of Troy.
And the market is all year round, am I correct?
Yes, both markets, the Schenectady and the Troy market, are both year round.
And do you have apples all year round?
No, our season ends just about April 1st. And then we come back in the spring with things like apricots, cherries, white peaches, white nectarines, and about 16 different varieties of plums.
What are some of the reactions that you've had from people? I know you have some samples out here of your fruit, which, you know, when you're at the supermarket, you're kind of taking a gamble there with what you buy.
People really enjoy the fact that they can come to me and say, a Magnus and the Spartlet are two varieties that you can't get in a supermarket. And they like to be able to ask questions, they like to taste, because they're fantastic.
Now, why is it that you can't get the Magnus or Spartlet in the market?
Well, the Magnus is cosmetically challenged. It's not a very pretty pear. And the Spartlet, it's a little difficult to grow, and it's not as profitable for someone who's much larger. But the taste is extraordinary, and it sets it apart from the others.
So as a vendor, have you made any special connections with particular customers who are coming back, or people who have really said, like, you kind of opened my eyes up about what the varieties are and the uses?
All the time, especially for the biggest we've had lately is the applesauce season for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and people really don't understand that the more varieties of apples you put into applesauce, the better it tastes. So we've had repeats coming back and say, thank you very much, that was wonderful, the taste was extraordinary.
So you can actually, having the farmer and the vendor here on site, you get to have knowledge from an expert as opposed to a 15-year-old cashier.
Correct, and it really makes a difference. That's why people come to the farmer's market. They want more. They want to know their food more, and they want the history behind it. Most of everything that we do at the farm is hands-on. It's not a crew of people doing it, it's us. So we know the ground, we know the fruit, and a lot of things we'll wait to the last minute to pick it, to give it that little extra flavor, because we don't have to ship it.
And do you use any sort of waxes or anything to?
No waxes, no preservatives. This is it. You just have the fruit as it came off the tree, and we put it in storage and bring it here.
honey and all sorts of beeswax related products.
Right.
Now, I had no clue that there was so much variety coming from, so much product coming from the bees.
Well, we have honey and wildflower, which means we know it came from flowers, we don't know which flowers. Basswood, which is a Native American tree. Clover, which is the clover you see in your lawn. And buckwheat, which is a grain that produces a honey that's almost black.
So you also have some beeswax products like candles and ornaments, and then I see you have some different types of honey, like this creamed honey and things like that. What's that all about? I've never seen that before.
Creamed honey is nothing more than honey that's been whipped. We put it in a big industrial mixer, incorporate air, and whip it, and then let it granulate naturally, and it makes a very smooth honey for spreads. Because we have it in a mixer, we can then add raspberries, cinnamon, cranberries, pecans, which we do. Then we also have infused honey, where we put in cinnamon or ginger or garlic or rosemary.
Now, are these sort of the questions that customers have, or people who come up to your stand, are they kind of surprised by the array of different things that you can get with honey? Or?
Yes, they're inevitably surprised because they're used to grocery store honey, which of course we don't have.
Now, I've actually bought honey for the first time about a week ago, and first of all, I didn't know what I was doing. Second of all, I realized that they only had one type of honey. Is that a sort of regular feedback that you might get from a customer?
That's not unusual, certainly. And it could also have been from China or Argentina. About half of the honey that's used in the United States comes from China. But all of ours comes right from this area.
Now, where is it exactly around here?
Oh, we have beehives in Saratoga, in Guilderland, in Coxsackie, and in Loudonville.
And are there any sort of production techniques that you use that set your product apart from something that, was produced in Argentina or China?
Yes, we do not pasteurize our honey. When commercial people process their honey, they heat it to 190 or 200 degrees so that it'll have a shelf life of 2 years. We don't do that. As a result, ours will granulate in 6 to 9 months, but it's a much finer tasting honey.
And being here at the farmers market, you can explain those sorts of differences and benefits and things to the customer.
That's right.
So you have a few different varieties of peanut butter. If you're coming to the Green Market and you see this sort of spread, you actually get to taste it, which you don't get to do at the market.
Yes, I have every market. I have a jar of everyone opened because it's different and unique, and a lot of people have never tasted it. So this way they can just, hands-on and really make sure they like it before they buy it. See, I don't add anything, hydrogenated oils, trans fat, refined sugar. I keep it very simple. I only use a few ingredients, and I make it all by hand in small batches. So it's also always fresh when I'm bringing it to the market. It hasn't been sitting in a warehouse anywhere. I deliver it myself to the stores. So it's pretty much like from the manufacturing kitchen out on the shelf.
And how does the Schenectady Green Market differ from these other markets that you've been in?
It has a really good vibe here. It's Proctor's, which I think is very nice too, because a lot of people obviously know where it is. I just think it's a great place. You can see a show. If you can do it right, come get some food and then go see a show. And there's presents. It's great for the holidays.
Thanks for watching the Schenectady Business Spotlight. Don't forget to shop green and support local farmers and businesses.